guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and another episode of Car Talk and Banter. It's been a while since I've done one of these and I've wanted to do one for a while. However, it's probably a very apt time to do it because we can't really get out and film normal cars in normal conditions and under these circumstances. Obviously, we're kind of in a global pandemic, this COVID-19 coronavirus shit, basically. And because of that, we've got a lot more time cooped up in a house. It means we can't really do reviews. So if we don't do something, we're going to kind of run out of content. So to be fair, I've wanted to do some car news for quite a while. So I'm going to update you on some of the things that are going on in the world, aside from this horrible, shitty virus. So, obviously, first and foremost, I'm going to get straight to shows and things. Obviously, lots of shows and all kinds have been cancelled. Anything that's kind of in your kind of April, May, June, July time, a lot have been rescheduled for later on in the year. Some have been cancelled completely for the year. Some of them, they're leaving up in the air at the moment until they know when this virus obviously expires and gets rid. But yeah, and another reason why I've got these products here, I'm just going to tell you about these. I'm going to start to do some videos of some product test reviews or product spotlights and highlights, and obviously do some technical kind of videos about brakes, performance brakes, turbochargers, intercoolers, race fuel, and why you benefit from certain specific things. We're going to go into tuning and all kinds of different things like that. Hopefully when stuff relaxes, we'll get back to the normal type of content, but actually to talk about this and invoke some conversation from you guys is always very good. So if you've ever got any questions, hit us up in the comment section. And yeah, keep watching, subscribing, sharing, etc., and telling your friends about us, and enjoying the videos as much as possible. Like I say, really like you to interact with us because it's always good. It keeps us sane in these times where we can't really go out. So yeah, hit us up in the comment section. So basically, what else is in the news? Well, there's obviously a lot of manufacturers have stopped production, which is awful. We're actually considering buying a new car ourselves. I'm not going to reveal what it is just yet, but obviously that's up in the air because we were wanting to get something in around September, which probably actually may fall okay depending on lead times from manufacturers, but we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, hopefully the manufacturers will be able to get back as things maybe start to relax, and hopefully deaths tail off from this virus, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go into some other kind of cars that obviously are going to come out fairly soon. There's a lot of new car announcements, so obviously I'm going to talk you through some of the new car announcements. So one of the other ones was the Alfa Romeo GTA GT AM. Obviously Quadrifoglio, an even more wilder version of the Quadrifoglio, more power, less weight, and a really hardcore AM one, which is basically a track special, stripped, caged, a lot of track goodies on there, really pretty crazy. So I'll roll the VT just now so you can see it. I love the Quadrifoglio as it is anyway. This one's going to be amped up even more. To think that car was already amazing and doing some incredible times. It is crazy. This has got a harness bar and harnesses and more and more scoops and intakes, and it just looks so aggressive. It should be absolutely phenomenal. Like I say, the standard Quadrifoglio, which is insane. Obviously the Nürburgring edition was absolutely insane, and these ones with the bucket seats and Sabel harnesses, the AM version is going to be even more hardcore than ever before. Lots of use of carbon fibre, big brakes, fancy flash suspension. It is going to be insane. I think they're going to go for that saloon record again, probably further what they've already done with the Nürburgring edition. So Bentley have got the new Bentley Balacar, I think it's pronounced, but Obviously, that's I say a one-off. I think there's one of 14 cars, so not many. Very lavish, very fancy, gorgeous interior. I think it looks quite nice. A lot of people didn't like it, but realistically, it's going to be so super exclusive. I don't think it matters that much, really, what anyone thinks, because they're going to be worth a lot of money, and people that love their Bentleys are probably going to want to buy one. People with enough money are going to buy one, whether someone doesn't like the look of it or not. Even the person that probably is buying it. But it's going to be lavish, it's going to be fancy, it's going to be pretty epic. If you haven't seen our review, actually, of the Bentley Continental GT, the new one, watch that. I'll ping that up on the top right-hand corner for you. We absolutely loved it. That car was insane. It just felt so weird, someone like myself going in a car so luxurious, because it's so away from kind of typically what I drive really most of the time. But it's very cool of Bentley to allow me to do that review, and I loved it. The car is amazing. If I had a lot of extra surplus cash, or I got in the position to kind of be able to get a car like that, it would be one of those cars that I'd have on the side as a fun kind of cruiser that can do everything. Amazing car, really, really like that. Obviously, there's lots of announcements of plug-in hybrids and electric cars. I'll be honest with you, at this stage, I'm a little bit less interested in those until I think petrol combustion engines completely die. I will talk about electric vehicles, but less than petrol combustion engines, because I'm a fan, but not a huge fan. At the moment, it's going to be something which is going to be in the future. I've driven enough electric cars to appreciate them and know that that is the future. Whether I want that to be the future or not is another story. We all have morals. We all want to save the planet and save the world in some way, shape, or form. And if it needs to be done that way, even though there's some kind of things that would kind of argue against the fact that actually electric vehicles are not necessarily as good to the environment as you may think, we've got to go with it and embrace it if that's where technology and things are going with cars. So anyway, on to the next car. BAC Mono have announced a just newer gen version of the normal BAC Mono. Again, a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more carbon fibre used, F1-like type steering wheel, more revisions to make it even faster. I think they're using a carbon fibre wheel, I think from Dimag, which Dimag, check them out, they're an amazing company. I'm trying to speak to Dimag at the moment about potentially getting something for the Supra in the future. Obviously they're huge money, so we need to see what we can do going forward if we were to go that way, but there'd probably just be a spare second set of alloys maybe for track work or and top speed runs and things like that. But check them out, amazing manufacturer of carbon fibre wheels, basically. Dimag, absolutely amazing company. But yeah, that BAC Mono looks absolutely phenomenal, and I mean, they're already breaking records with the standard BAC Mono. This one is going to be even more hardcore, it's going to be even quicker, and I haven't driven one, but I really, really want to drive one. So BAC, if you're watching, please let me drive one at some point. I'd love to. I'd really, really appreciate that. Going on to other vehicles, Audi have got a new A3 coming out. It doesn't look too dissimilar from the outgoing model, actually, to be fair. But it looks good. I think it looks nice. If you're in the market for something like that, check that out. No announcements necessarily yet about the S3 or the RS3, but obviously be prepared for them to be even wilder. It's going to be crazy. Hot hatches are getting so quick now that these ballistic kind of hyper hatches or hot hatches are getting so quick now that expect the new RS3 to be absolutely insane. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what they do with that. Aston Martin have announced the new V12 Speedster. That looks pretty good. Really, really epic. Obviously, you've got kind of almost no carcass on the roof, as a Speedster would be, with the two bubble rear, a bit like the kind of two bubble rear chutes or curves that you get in a Porsche Carrera GT. Does look pretty epic as well from all angles. Huge money, epically nice looking car. Again, I'll show you some pictures and videos of that rolling around. But yeah, absolutely amazing. BMW Concept i4. damn, that's an ugly car. I'm sorry. I don't care what way you look at that. That is horrible. That's my opinion. Horrible. Not good looking car. So we're not gonna. It's obviously an electric car. They've done some amazing things. I quite like the little i3 and the i8. I like what BMW have done with that. The i3 is not pretending to be anything. It does what it needs to be, a little tiny small city car. And the i8 is like a little mini supercar with kind of fast sports to kind of mild supercar performance, but obviously with electric battery. I like what they've done with that. The i4, not to my liking, I have to say. So moving swiftly on. I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's just Zinger, C Zinger, but it's not. It's Zinger 21C, and it is basically a ballistic missile. This thing, it looks a cross between a Bugatti Veyron, a Chiron, a Pagani Zonda. Gorgeous looking thing. Carbon fibre monocoque chassis car. Absolutely epic technology, and some people were arguing that there was just renders of it. Actually, this is a working concept car at the moment, but it looks ballistic. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's gorgeous, if I'm honest. And if that does get made and it does the claimed performance statistics that they're saying it will, that car is going to be absolutely off the charts. So we're looking forward to kind of seeing what they do with that. And obviously Koenigsegg also comes to the party with the Gemera, the Koenigsegg Gemera, or Gemera, don't know how you'd say it. Four-seater car, luxury car with a ridiculous amount of power as well. Yeah, to be fair, it's insane. Again, it's a concept at this stage, but they are selling it. It's definitely, they're taking orders for it already. Luxury kind of sports fast car that looks insane. Kind of Carrera GT, Koenigsegg Taycan kind of hybrid looking thing. Mental. Very, very nice looking, gorgeous interior, super high cost, super exclusive, lovely. I believe Mr. JWW has ordered one, I think. Doing well for himself. Fair play. But yeah, awesome. I don't blame him. It looks epic, and it looks special, to be fair. Really, really nice. Everything that comes out of that factory of Koenigsegg is unbelievable, to be fair, and I love Koenigsegg. I think they are fantastic and absolutely amazing. Christian van Koenigsegg is a genius, and that guy deserves to do very, very well. So mighty impressive with that car and anything else that comes out of that factory. So looking forward to seeing that when that hits, kind of Top Gear and the Grand Tour kind of production. When they start kind of reviewing those kind of cars. Obviously, we're not going to get reviews on that car or those kind of cars just yet, but eventually, maybe in the future. But we'll see. But anyway, and obviously McLaren have announced the 765 LT. So another LT based car, which is long tail. It stands for long tail. Basically extended length and chassis, hence long tail. And they always end up looking really, really good. And the 765 looks so good. It's basically a reimagined 720S. The 720S was a ballistic missile. That car, apart from the mental things like what I've mentioned, the Koenigsegg, that 720S is a real world, probably the fastest real world insane car out there. It's the kind of car that you'll potentially see out on the road. They're sold in reasonable numbers, and every now and again you will see a 720S on the road. A Koenigsegg 1.1 you just will not see on the road, or if you're lucky, very lucky, you might see one. But these 765s, you're going to start to see them out on the road. And if you have a modified car or a quick car and you mess around with a 720S, you better hope and pray you've got something damn quick to take that car out, because even in my Supra, when it comes back out, I tell you what, this 675 LT is insane. Basically, people used to say the 720S was apparently around 700 horsepower, obviously meant to be, but they actually dyno around 800 horsepower. But they've also got that special auto transmission and super slippy aerodynamics, and they've got efficiency, the way they deliver and put the power to the tyre and to the road. Everything McLaren has done with that car has just made that car so super efficient with every last horsepower it has, that basically it's just ballistically fast. It's not unheard of 720S's basically beating 1,000 horsepower cars, and I've seen it. So like I say, if you've got a modified car and you've got a fast car, the 720S will humble you because it's so quick. So I can only imagine what this 765 is going to be like. I can't wait to see it, really. Still yet to ever drive a McLaren. McLaren, if you're watching, please let me drive a McLaren of yours. I'm a massive fan and ambassador of them, that's for sure. I absolutely love McLaren, and as a Brit, very proud for them to come out of a British showroom. So keep up the good work, McLaren. Absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to see the 765 LT on the road. Beautiful car. It's just going to be ballistic, absolutely ballistic. So yeah, nice. Talking of proper real world cars, Porsche have got a new 911 Turbo S dropping very soon. Orders are basically available for that. I'm a massive fan of Porsches. Really got a hankering for a Porsche at the moment. Every single thing that comes out of that factory, again, Porsche just know how to button up a car and make it pretty damn epic. Again, spec, the car's just adding features, adding extra little components that make it, or are likely to make it just that little bit quicker, a little bit more horsepower, but without going over the top, which I like with Porsche. Usable, fun, power, brilliant cars, gorgeous cars, always evolving. Yeah, hopefully get a drive in that at some point in the future, because I love anything that again comes out of that factory as well. Porsche, what a brand. Really looking forward to seeing what that's like and what we hear in the news in terms of kind of times and track times and stuff like that with that product as well. So that'd be good. Talking of supercar companies and hypercar companies, Gatty are coming into the party as well. They're coming out with a new Chiron, a Chiron Pure Sport, which is much like the kind of SSs of old. So again, a more wilder version of the already wild Chiron. Again, power figures that are coming out of Bugatti, unreal. So people, they're taking orders of this car. Absolutely insane looking thing. The Chiron is an insane weapon of a car anyway. The Pure Sport looks to be taking that on even further. Basically, more wilder kind of aero, almost a little bit more track focused as such, if it could be for a car with that kind of power. But yeah, a bit more of a driver focused beast rather than a kind of ultra fast cruiser. They're making it just a little bit sportier with a big spoiler and some other added features as well. Again, links in the bio to a bit more about the car. Insane power, insane looks, absolutely amazing car. Again, Bugatti, anything they do, phenomenal. Bugatti were the manufacturer that basically made other manufacturers chase them. When the Bugatti Veyron first came out, that basically was like basically throwing the red rag to the bulls and all the other car manufacturers out there to say, look, we can do this, what can you do? And every time a manufacturer responded, Bugatti responded with something else, and they're going to try and respond back with this Pure Sport. But yeah, do you know what? These are completely inaccessible cars to nearly all of us who are watching. But I love that manufacturers do it. It's pushing the boundaries, isn't it? It's what we do as humans. We look to push the boundaries and to see what they're making these days in even just supercars or hypercars and hot hatches. They just continue to push boundaries, and yeah, I like that. I think it's brilliant. Each manufacturer's fighting each other, and I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, long may it continue. It's pretty cool. So there's not much news to share, but I just thought I'd share it with you and kind of invoke some kind of conversation from you guys. Like I say, links in the bio to all the tech spec, but please hit us up in the comment section if you've got any thoughts on any of the cars we mentioned, or any cars that you want us to mention in the future, or anything you're excited for in the future. Yeah, talk to us, because we're really excited for the future, more so with what's happening at the moment. all of us who are petrol heads cannot wait to get out in our cars and going to these cool places, going to these shows, going to these meetups, and sharing the love and the passion that we have for our cars. But hopefully YouTube, you know, brings us all together as much as possible. Like I say, this is not going to you know, last a lifetime, guys. This is hopefully going to blow over in 2, 3, 4 months time. I know it sounds extreme, but hopefully in that time frame we can get back out in our cars. We can resume life as normal. If you're watching this fairly soon, keep yourself safe, guys. Thank you for watching and being with us. And as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.